Yeah, everyone, part two. This is the first video, first clip of part two. Bike rack's all done. So all the holes are drilled except for the number plate. I'll do that later. But all the holes for the lights are in. The big holes for the wires, all that. Wires for the number plate light. So this tube is going to get painted. Obviously, as part of that. The gooseneck's going to get painted. And then the tube that joins the two, that's going to remain loose, is there, and that won't get painted, because if I paint it, it's very tight fit in the tube already without paint on it. So if I paint it, it's not going to fit. So I'm just going to scuff it up with some really, like emery cloth, some very light sandpaper in it, and then just oil it so it doesn't rust. It shouldn't rust, it's galvanised, but I've sanded it and stuff, so it might. So I'll just get some WD-40 on a rag and coat it, so it's all good. I didn't rub that back because that's all going in the car anyway, so I'm not fussed about that. You're not going to see it. Everything else is all welded. I ended up putting some gussets on just to strengthen everything, but by doing that, I don't know if you can tell, it's got a bit of a warp in it. It's dragged it a little bit both sides, but it doesn't matter. It's only a tad. It's probably like 10 mil, not even. From if you were to draw a line, it wouldn't even be that. It wouldn't even be 10 mil. But anyway, that's all good to go. I've had a massive clean up, put all the tools away, cleaned up out there. Still a little bit messy, but it's all good. I've got some tape. That's meant to be tennis racket tape. I don't know about that. It was like $10 for both of them. I thought it was that proper tennis racket stuff. It is pretty squishy, and your bike won't scratch your bike. But I don't know. It's only got that little. It's only that bit that's sticky, so see how we go. Otherwise I'll have to use just some tape or something like that, I'm not sure. Paint, so yeah, this is the paint I'm using. I've already showed everyone. Just a metal shield hammer finish. It goes on pretty thick, and it fills in it makes your welds look better. Does a good job of that, so I'll definitely keep using that. This I'm not too fussed because, like I said, that's all going to get taped up. Probably, well, I'm going to start from here and just keep going because that kind of rubs on the side of the bike, so I want to definitely do that. These are all radiused, so they don't rip your guts open when you walk past it. Everything's acetoned. I don't want to touch it too much now because it's all clean and acetoned. I'm pretty much not going to move it, so what I'm going to do is just paint whatever I can from this angle and this thing. 2 coats, and it says to recoat within an hour, so that's cool. So probably today, that's all I'm going to do is just whatever faces I can paint from here, leave it, and then tomorrow, before it gets too hot, because it's meant to be pretty hot tomorrow, and this says to do it in under 30 degrees heat, so I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I might be able to do it before I go to work. See how we go, and chuck 2 coats on it. I'll flip it over and then chuck 2 coats on it, unless it's dry, like after dinner. If it's dry after dinner, then I can flip it and I'll do another 2 coats tonight, and then it's all done. And then I'm just going to let it sit for, because it's so thick. I use the same one on my other bike rack, different colour, but it takes like a good 5 days or so to, like, you can touch it in a few hours, but if you dig your nail into it, you'll leave a mark after about 3-4 days. So it takes about 5 or 6 days for it to really go rock hard. So if you paint it and then like use it the next day, you think it's dry enough. If you hit it or do anything, it'll scratch it and you think it's really crap paint, but after 5 or 6 days it's like powder coat and it's ultra tough. So that's what I'm going to do to this, is just not use it for like a week or so after I've painted it, and let it go really rock hard. And then start. I could probably put the lights on after a couple of days, but I'm not going to actually use it on the car just yet. I can't use it this weekend anyway, coming up, so it won't be for another week and a half anyway. So works out pretty good. I've got to always use a spare set of glasses when I'm painting, because otherwise the paint gets blown back on your good glasses, and you go and watch TV at night time and all you can see is little dots everywhere. It's a pain. So yeah, I always try and remember to put those glasses on for my painting. Keep my good glasses clean that way. But anyway, I'll get the first coat on, and we'll get back to you when that's done, and be able to see. Should look a whole lot better after a coat of paint. Okay, that's one coat, and that paint goes on really nice. Not too thick, not too thin, just two little dust coats kind of thing. Oh, that's only the first coat, but the first pass I did was really, you could still see the metal through it, and then you paint, and then it's about 2 or 3 minutes before you come back around and then give it another one. So that's, I'm counting that as one coat. So that's only one coat on there at the moment. 2 passes, but one coat. So yeah, looks really good, plasticky. Nice colour actually. I thought it was more bluey, but it's silver, so that's good. Bit thick here, but it's underneath. I don't care. Yeah, so that's going to coat it really nice. So I'll give it 40 minutes, 50 minutes. Go inside for a bit, make something to eat, and then I'll come back out and give it another coat. Probably can't really see it too well under here because there's not a lot of light, but when it's dry, I'll put it on the sun over there and have a good gaze. You can really see that bend in it. You probably can't tell with this camera because of the lens, but yeah, I think it was when I did these, I must have got it all too hot around here and it's just dragged it in. So I didn't use any I don't have any clamps or a proper workbench or anything like that, so it's the best I'm going to do with what I got, but should still work. I think the other one's bent as well, so really they should be in line now anyway. They're just not in the original spot, they just moved back 10mm, but both of them are moved back, so it should still line up with the bike. Better, because otherwise I'm painting all this for nothing, but see how we go. Come on then, go and sit down. Go and sit down. Good boy, Alfie. Yeah. Boy, Dex. Stinker today. It's only at 20, well, it's 20 degrees, but it's only early in the morning. It's going to get to like 35, 36 degrees. So I turned. So we've got an aircon that does the whole house. It's around the other side, but we've got that little one just there, just for our bedroom. And for our bedroom size, we needed like a 1.5, 2 kilowatt, but I ended up putting a 3.5 kilowatt in. So it well overpowers it. Only because my office is right near our bedroom, so I'll show you now. It's just me overthinking things as normal. Yeah, so we got this aircon does the whole house. You can turn zones on and off, but I'll just leave the whole house on, but that's off at the moment. Yeah, so we got, obviously that's the aircon there, and then the office, and then I'll put this blind in so that we can get away with just using that little aircon, leave that door open, because our wardrobes doesn't have a door on it, our walk-in wardrobe, and neither does our bathroom. So you got to kind of take that area into account when sizing the aircon. And then I put this in, and that works really well. And it just, because I'm normally in here anyway, so yeah, I don't really, obviously if I'm at work, but if I'm at home, I'm normally in this room. So yeah, you close that down and it just angles and just keeps all this pretty cool. But the other day, we went out and we forgot to turn this aircon off. Whoops. And we come back home. Oops. Ah, shit. There we go. We've come back home and walked in, and this whole front of the house was pretty cool. So, I mean, this is good, but you don't really need it. This aircon can almost cool this whole area down. I wouldn't say the whole area down. On a cool day it would, but on a day like today it probably won't. So I might put that down a bit later and see how we go. But yeah, that's the aircon explanation. But yeah, this one, I'll show you the unit for this one out the side. When we built the house, it came with this aircon, and they were trying to put a 12 kilowatt unit in, and that wasn't going to be enough. So I got them to put a 20. I think it's 24. It's like double what they were trying to put in. So it's really good. We've had it for 10 years, never had a drama. And if you type in 22 degrees, the house is 22 degrees. It's not like you've got to work it down to 16 to make the house 25. And it's due to the fact of the size of this thing. and it doesn't. Well, I've never had a small aircon, but because it's not working, it's bum off. You've typed in 16 because if you type in 25, the house is still 30, so you got to type in 16 to make the house 25. Because you don't have to do that with this one, it just ticks along, and it really doesn't use a lot of power. We've never noticed our bill goes up a little bit in summer, but not much. We've got solar panels too, you can probably see them. There's some of them. There's 6 kilowatts worth of panels on that roof. That one there is for the hot water system, so because it's always sunny here, so there's no point getting a gas hot water system. We do have a gas hot water system, so it's a I can't remember what they call it, solar storage, gas on demand or something like that. So that'll heat it up. Actually needs a clean. You can see it's really bit dirty. So yeah, that'll heat the water up 99% of the time, because even in winter, we get enough sun in winter. But if you get a week or so of or 3 or 4 days of not too much sun, then it's got like an instantaneous gas hot water system that kicks in when it realizes that the sun's not heating up the water enough. So I'm just in a few weeks in winter, really, you're running on gas. But then you might get one sunny day, and then that'll be fine for another 2 days, because it really heats up really good. So yeah, that's the explanation of that. I don't know why I explained it, but anyway, that's what this video is going to be about. Really nice paint. That it's a Dulux too. It's a Dulux paint that I used, and you can just feel. It just doesn't feel thick and feel like it's going to chip off. You can still feel it really nice. So, and you can see it really smooths out your welds. Makes you look like a better welder than what I actually am. I'm sure that's probably peeled some paint off. No, that's okay. All good, yeah. So yeah, a bit of a shame I couldn't get in here. I couldn't get the angle grinder in this little bit here and in there. It's just too tight to clean all those splatter up, but whatever, it's just a bike rack. It's all good. So yeah, she's looking good. So yeah, wire her up today. And then give it a shot this afternoon once I finish. I'll probably put the aircon on pretty soon. Alfie, it's going to be hot, and I'm going to be in here for a couple of hours, so I want it to be comfortable. The only thing, when I turn that aircon on, it makes this a little bit hard to hear. So actually, I might go and get my microphone. That might make it better, because that shouldn't pick that noise up. I was pretty impressed with that microphone, actually. That when I went for that ride, that's another thing I've got to check. I've got a flat tire in this. I think it's gone down. Yeah. I'll have a look. It's got sealant and stuff in the tyre, so I'm hoping that's done its job. What was I going to say? Yeah, that mic, it was really, really windy, like very windy, and we were right on the coast as well. And that microphone didn't even pick up any of the wind. You could actually hear me shouting because it was so windy, but I didn't need to. It's really good microphone. It was like $11 with a USB-C plug on it. And it plugs straight into the Osmo 3, and then over the top I just got these cheapy things off I don't know where they are, the Windsocks. They're over here. It was like $5 or so for a bag of assorted colours like that. They're the Windsocks. Yeah, just little ones, and unbelievable. I was pretty impressed. So worked out really well. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked as normal. I'll turn that on. So it's pretty much, my theory is what I'm going to do. Quick explanation. You can really see that bend in it now. This side's closer to me is a lot worse than the other side, but anyway, that should be fine. So my theory is to cut a piece of wire that hangs out on both sides a little bit, like that. Well, no, it doesn't even need to do that. It needs to go from there I'll have to sort it out as I go, but there's 2 wires in the indicator, 3 wires in the stoplight, so that's 5, 6, 7. Oh, they can share an earth. Yeah, so that's plenty. Yeah, that's plenty. But anyway, I'll do it as I go. I know what I'm doing, it's just hard to explain. So all these wires have to come through, so even that side has to come through all the way here and do all your wiring here. And I'm going to cut this black cover so that it exposes all these wires, and I can kind of pick and choose which wires I want to use to correspond to the colours coming through, so I know what's going on. If I don't have the right colour, I'm going to have to label it and write it down, which is fine. So all your wiring's going to be here, and then it's going to have another, because that's the bumper, all this is inside the bumper of the car. So the trailer plug's about here. So I'll leave a coil, something like that, and then that wire, another wire has to go kind of in, bend in, that's for that one, so that'll come out like that and out, and then the wire that originally was here will connect to this one and then to the plug. And that's the only way I can kind of figure out how to do it, because you can't have a join here because I can't even see it. I probably could get it through. No, I can't, because it's inside this pipe, not inside the hitch. Yeah, it's hard to explain. You'll see what I mean when I go. I've never done it before, so it's not like I know what I'm doing. But that's the only way I can kind of figure out myself to figure out how to do it. So I'm going to get rid of this cardboard because the paint's all dry, and set up a little area in here. Kind of, my soldering line's just there, so I'll put this table just here. And try and work on it there, but that is the mission for today. Alright, so I've gone ahead a bit, trying to match the colours of the wires as best I can. So they can share an earth, so this white will be hooked into this white somehow, and then that one white wire will go to here, and then all these white wires can connect to that one white wire, and then the white wire that's going to be in there will be the earth for everything. So that's kind of what I'm hoping. I need another colour for this, because you need, here, so you need, no I don't, yeah, red and brown I've got, and then that's the common earth, so all good there. Like I said, I've never done this before, so I don't know if this is the right way to do it. This is just the way I would tackle it, by looking at what I've got in front of me. And then that there is my leftover, so I've used this wire has come from that, I've stripped it. So that's the leftover wire I've got. I don't have any other coloured wires on the reel or anything, so I'm just using, that's why I bought a bit extra to do this. So I think the best thing now is to go through and do all these solder joints to extend these wires. So they're not going to come out, that's going to be the first wire that goes in, then that one. Then I'll just pick some colours, so probably a black and a blue will be for the probably need a longer one because it's got to go right through, so that one and that one, and that'll be for your number plate lights. So positive, and if I can fish out that white wire, this long white wire, because that's the earth, I can fish that out through there, strip it, and then I won't even need the black. I'll only need the blue for the positive for the number plate lights, and then the I'll need a little bit of black, but you know what I mean. It's all going to be for there, so I might as well get. I'm probably only going to use 2. I reckon that's all I need. I think that'll be enough. And if I need to add 2 more, these are they're pretty bright. So if I need to add 2 more, look, I might as well do it. I got 4 holes to drill, and these are the bolts to hold the number plate to the thing. So it's only like 2 more extra wires. So I might as well do it. Bugger it. I'll just put 4 on there, and it's going to be a really bright number plate. Anyway, yeah. So let's do that. I don't mind wiring when I know what I'm doing, but I don't really know what I'm doing, so it's a bit hit and miss. So hopefully I'm doing it right. We'll see. Time will tell. So I'll turn that on. I've got the aircon on, so hopefully it's not too loud. It's pretty quiet. It's a very quiet air conditioner actually. I like to. I don't like, because 99% of the time they've used lead-free solder, and lead-free solder, when you try and solder it with leaded solder, just doesn't play. So I'm not going to do that. Same with all these. Might as well just do your own. This thing's handy, but I never use it, but I think I will for this, so that way everything kind of comes out the same. Yep. We'll do this side first, and that's for the number plates. I'll keep spare wire on the ground so I know where it is. Like that. And then we need this. Yeah, if you're gonna solder, just learn to solder rather than use those things you put on with a heat gun. It's so easy. It's not like it's a skill that's hard to learn. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and you'll pick it up. The hardest thing is if you don't have you kind of need 3 pairs of hands to do it, but you can do it. It's easy. The biggest tip I give you is don't use lead-free solder. Always use the leaded solder and get a decent soldering on. That makes a big difference when you got the right gear. Oh. And good wire too. Makes a big difference. Like that. Okay, so I'm not worried about heat shrink just yet because these ends are still open, so I can still put it on. And then so tin them up. Now it's a matter of just balancing, and that's it. Easy. I don't know why you need to use those things. This is actually faster, and it's a better join too, because I've seen some of those, because it's got a little ring of solder in there, and some people just wave a gun around it, and the solder doesn't even melt. So all it's relying on is the stupid twist that they've put in, and the actual shrink to hold it together, and it's just ridiculous. There's no need for it. It's just making an easy job hard. I don't get it. I used to buy, when I was younger, different colour heat shrink. I used to have a whole collection. I can't be bothered anymore. Just use black for everything, because 99% of the time you'll run out of the colour, and you end up using black anyway. Oh, I should be using my heat gun really. Don't really want to use a flame thing on So that is that indicator done. Now I don't like that could break. So to zip that up, I'm gonna have to do some aerobatics here. Oh. Get my heat gun. Glue gun. Plug that in over here. Move the water before I drop it. I'm not going to show every solder joint. I'll do this one and then how I've connected them later, and then I'll do a bit more soldering down there. But I'm not going to show you every solder joint because this video will be like 3 hours long. So we won't do that. These wires are falling on the floor. We'll grab them. Yep. Yeah, so ride tomorrow. I just started making another video. That tyre kind of held air. It's probably good enough, but I don't want to risk it, so I've got a big thorn-proof tube to go in, but I want to go to the bike shop and get a liner. This is the original liner that was in there. It's just 1/2 mil thick and it's not wide enough, so I want to go to the bike shop and get that Tuffy stuff. It's really thick bit in the middle, and then it's got some wings on either side to protect the sidewall. So I'm going to do that and then put the thorn-proof tube in, new liner. We should be sweet then. So as usual, got multiple jobs on the go at once, but I mean, keeps it interesting. See, that didn't stick because I took it off too quickly. No, it's not doing it, so there must be some dirt or something on there, or not enough solder. So the best way to clean it is just put some new solder on, and the flux will clean it off. That's all that smoke. We'll clean it. But that's kind of what soldering with lead-free solder is like. It just you do everything, and it just doesn't want to stick. That's better. And then just to keep these all together, I'm gonna run them. Not run them in a conduit, but I'll just put a bit of insulation tape. Not the whole thing. You can use zip ties if you've got more room, but if I use zip ties in this, I'm talking to hold these wires together, like zip tie. It's not worth it, and the zip tie's got that little square thing on it, and if you try and run other wires down, you're just going to hit it all the time because it's very minimal space. If you've got more space, it's okay. That's one good thing hot glue's for. Good for. It's just doing that. Just let that dry. No, it's not going to balance. It'll balance there. There you go. We'll do this one. It's not going to get any pulling forces on it where it is, but just bouncing up and down, and I guarantee they're not the best. They're not like a very silicon wire, they're pretty stiff, so that'll just give it every chance to keep doing what it's doing. Just instead of coming out and bending 90 degrees, it'll take a bit longer to bend, and hopefully the wire won't break off over time. Okay, put that one there. Okay, so then next thing, I'm going to kind of do this side first, so number plate light. So these are going to be a bit tricky, and I've got to kind of install the number plate at the same time. And so you can see there's a positive and negative for each one. As opposed to, I think. Look, I'm going to use 2. If I need to, I'll add another one. It's going to take a lot of soldering out of the equation, and I'm probably only going to put 2 bolts to hold it. Where's the number plate? I'll probably only use the 2 bolts, top ones, and that's it. That's not going to shake around. That'll be fine. Alright, so let's do that. We need a drill. I charged up my drill the other day because it went flat finally. I think this is the... No, that's the flat one. That's probably still got a bit of enough juice in it. Drill bits. And pen. And the clicker. These are good, these punches. This is a spring-loaded punch. So I want to get it nice and level. Kind of. Like that. And boom. And boom. I don't plan on using this bike at night time much. I will, but not much. And if I do, it's only got to go to my mate's place, not far from here. It's about a 10-minute drive, so I'm not too worried about, doing long distance driving at night time. That's dull. It's you can see it's gone black a bit at the tip. I was using it to drill before, so I think she is dull. I'll have to sharpen it. Not much better, but it's better. Oh. No. Wants another couple of these. So we'll go 2.5 mil because that's blunt. Just to start it. Like that. Cool. I'll just make sure the camera's filming. Yep. Done that before. So now we need the measurer. Five and a half. So we'll go 6 mil. And then we'll get probably the big one. I've got these countersunk bits, or whatever they are. I don't know if they're countersunk. Just leave a nice That's not going to go. Well, that's pretty good anyway. Yeah. Okay. So feed that through. Oh, that's good. That fits. That fits. That fits. And then the bolts are in here. No washers. It's a bit weird. I'll put a washer on. Everything's in the way as usual. Should be big enough. Yep. So what I'm going to do is kind of dummy. I'll solder all the wires up, but I won't tuck anything away or final solder or anything like that. And I'll take it out to the car, connect it up, and probably when the missus comes home, she can go and press all the pedals and all that, and that way I can see that. No, that one's too small. That way I can see if it's working, and then I'll bring it back in and tidy everything up and put it all back to normal. I don't want to go doing it and then not testing it, and then have to pull it all apart again. There you go. Okay, and then these things. Yeah, I reckon 2 is going to be plenty for this. It's only a small number. It's like half the size of a normal car number plate, so plenty. So I reckon I'm going to kind of keep it nice and neat like that. So if we can splice into this wire, yeah. So I don't know if we can. Let's have a look. This thing should strip just the outer casing. There you go. I'll try and get a bit more play. There we go. Now, this is going to be tricky. No. Let's cut it, because that's enough. That's enough, yep. Oh, I've lost my good either. Cut that, and don't know if we'll use that same wire. You don't need a lot. Strip, there's only thin wire, so you don't want too much hanging out, because otherwise you're relying on the solder joint for too much. Like that, and then cut that one there. And then I've got some nice conduit that this can all go in, some split conduit, so you don't need to put it on now. I'm pretty sure it's split conduit. Wire wrap. Yeah. Oh no, that's not. No, I was going to use this stuff. I like this stuff. That's what they use in the cars. It's not really made for outdoor though, but it's okay. I've got heaps of it. Yeah, there's some little stuff there. Yeah, and you can put that on at any time, so you can split it. You can split it open and wrap it on. So yeah, that's cool. really need to get a helping hands kind of alligator clip stand thing. Make this job so much easier. Okay, so now we're kind of ready for this white wire now. Yeah, I bet. Let's try without insulation tape. It's pretty thick wire actually. It shouldn't flop around too much. It should kind of go where we put it, hopefully, and not bundle up. Yeah, it's going in. Yep, there it is. The only thing that's going to... Oh no, I can see it going all the way down. Cool. I was going to say the only thing that's going to stuff me is if there's some weld in there somehow and it gets caught on it and it bundles up. Nah, she's come through. That's good. So we'll leave that. That goes that way, but it doesn't matter just yet. Like that. And then we want to feed, so these are nice and dry. Yep. Then we'll probably want to feed, see, this white wire is an earth, so actually I should make sure, because that was not the case before. So I've got a 12 volt supply here. Let's get another light, and from memory, so I got to check actually. Yeah, that's another thing, is I got to check. See, so that's not on. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so that's on. It's really bright actually. So multimeter, because I don't think positive is positive on this supply for some reason. I had to swap it from memory, so that's positive. So if I put red in there and then black on this side, wow, it's not reading. See, it says negative 12.3 volts and I'm on positive red. So if I go positive to the negative side like that, and then negative to the positive side, it should say, see, there's positive 12.2 volts. Yep. So if I connect, I'd assume that's positive, being yellow, and white is your negative. Ah, it works. Yeah, okay. So I don't think these matter. So if I swap them, no, they do matter. Yeah, no, they do matter. So that's crap. That's going to catch me out. I can almost guarantee that. So no, that's correct, because that's negative, but it actually is positive. So white is negative. Cool. Okay, that was confusing. So now I probably just need a little bit of white wire to go on this. This is going to be the fiddliest part just here, because there's so many negatives and positives going on here, all sharing one earth. So this is going to be the hairy bit, but it should be right. Be a lot easier with two people, but see, didn't cool it down enough. There you go. Okay, so now we want to send, we kind of want to, I've got some little picks here. one. Find that white wire and bring that through, but not lose it, and then we'll cut that. And for these ones, what I'll do, because it's so many connections going to one thing, I'll do them a bit bigger, just so you got some room to twirl the wires up, like that. And now we need to feed this one through. Straighten them up, give them half a chance to go straight, and just got to watch it that I don't lose that white wire there. There we go. This is a tricky bit. There it goes. There's definitely a lump in the middle here somewhere, and it's catching. The next thing, if this doesn't work, I'm going to have to send down a rod and then pull it back. But I want to try and avoid doing that if I can. Nah, it's clumping up. Give it another shot. Get these wires out of the way. Oh, might have got it. Got it. Nice. Okay, so pull them. Just don't pull that white one. Oh, see? Heat shrink. Pull that out again. They always get caught, even the pros. Let's hope I can do that again. Here, I might as well do the whitey. Okay, take two. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. And now, this white one, I need it to go just down to here. Oh, easy. Unbelievable. Like that. Like that. So we want all these three. That's why I left them a bit longer, stripped them a bit longer. And then they can all go twisting together. It's probably a better, like, proper connection to do this, but I don't have it. Like that. And then solder them so they will never come apart again. Like that. And now we'll do these. So we're going to have to run another wire from here down, which is this blue wire. That's right. Hopefully we're not getting too busy in here. And this is the positive for the number plates. I should really be writing some of this down, because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to forget what colour's what. It's getting caught somewhere. Just straighten it out. Pretty impressive, this wire actually. It's kind of stiff. They probably do it for this reason, just so you don't need rods to pull it through. If it was silicon wire, it wouldn't. You wouldn't be doing this. It's hitting something. No. Okay, let's go this way. Doesn't matter which way we go, as long as I can see it. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's hitting something. Come on, mate. There we go. There it is. Just seen it. Good stuff. Oh, that went way past it. Alright. Strip that. Actually strip a bit more. And then I hate little wires. Yeah, I've already soldered them. And then what I'll do is I'll try these wires with that power supply before I go any further. That way I know this side is working. Okay, let's try that. Oh no, see, that didn't stick. Let's just do these two for now. I'm going to cut this off. Obviously you're not going to leave that length there. I'll put heat shrink on it first though. Like that. And then cutter. He's done a job. Yeah, this is the tricky bit because there's a bit of tension. And these aren't very long. And I can't hold anything. Okay, let's strip this a bit more. Be careful now because these wires are so thin. If you put too much pressure, you'll cut them, and then you got even less to play with. So let's wind the two negatives together. So they're one, and then try and get them. No, there's not a lot there, but anyway, that's okay. Let's just solder these so they stay together. And then put a bit of a dollop here. And it's not a very good join, but it's the best I can do. And that wire, because it's so thick, the white ones, you're really going to have to hold the soldering iron
because if you don't, oh, my finger, it's getting hot. It's not going to stick because the black wire being so thin is definitely molten, but the white one's not. That's got him. Yep, that's got him. It's not the best, but we can fix that with conduit. Actually, that's not the smartest, because now all that... Actually, that's probably good, because if there's ever a drama, I know it's going to be here. So that's probably not bad. Just want to isolate these wires now. Let's run some power. So, number plate light test first. So that's the negative, that's the positive. And we're back to front on this end. So we should have number plate lights. Yep, plenty bright enough yet. Okay, so they're good. And now indicator, common earth and yellow. And negative in there because back to front. And can't see it because it's not facing. There she goes. There she goes. It's a bit of a shitty connection, but you get the point. There she goes. She's on. And then we'll key. Oh, I don't think I've soldered up the. Yes, I have. Yeah, I have. So now we should be able to go. This stoplight is dual stage, dual brightness. So when you turn your headlights on, it comes on half brightness, and then when you put the brakes on, it does the rest. So you've got positive and then the negative. So oh no. So you got negative in the positive because they're all sharing that white wire. And now, so that's not so bright, and then that is your brake light, I think. Oh no, vice versa. So you can kind of connect them at the same time. See that? So you got half full, beauty. So brown's your half strength, and connect the red to positive, and that's your full strength. Very good. So they're all working. So we just need to tidy that up now. I was thinking maybe nah, you know what, I want to do it properly. I don't like that. That doesn't look very nice at all. So take that off. I want all that hidden, and if you do it properly, you don't have to go back to it. I just want to desolder that. Yeah, to desolder you actually need more solder, just to make it hot, and it comes apart. And then same with that one. There we go. Okay. And then what I might do is that bit of black cable, so that is the leftover from one of the number plate lights, and it's looking pretty good. So what we'll do, like that, and we'll give it a bit of extra snippage if I can get it. Probably have to go old school. Like that. And because they're so thin you can't really twist them, I'll just bulk them up with some solder before I bend them. Like that. Now we're not going to be able to use heat shrink on these because it's all in one wire, so we're going to have to do it with what's the name? Tape, which is fine. And now I don't need so much hanging off here because we're doing it properly. That's okay. So I want to go put that there. That's what I mean. You need three hands here. And boom. So you don't need a lot of heat here because the wires are so thin. Like that. Now this is the tricky one. This is the hardest bit. I would have, if it wasn't for the number plate, I would have finished wiring this already. Okay. So we just need some tape in there now. Insulation tape. Whatever. Kind of don't need that thickness. A little bit more than half. And I'd rather solder it than use connectors and things like that, because connectors can rattle loose. So we'll go like that. It's not the prettiest, but like I said, I'm going to put conduit over it, and then we'll get some. I got this fiberglass tape left over from my remote. This roll is no joke, probably 20 years old, and I'm still going with it. It's probably my second roll, but it's very good sticky tape. But then it's got fiberglass strands in it, and makes it real sticky and really strong. See what I mean? Yeah, so this is getting old now. I don't think that was even the end. Oh, here we go, got it. I only need a little bit. And you could oh, not even that much. You could Tarzan off this now, and it won't break. But if it does, it's outside the frame of the thing anyway, outside the frame. So if the number plate light stops working for whatever reason, I can get to it, and then we'll strip a fair bit of this off, and we'll make this joint fairly good because it's going to go inside now. See, stuffed it. Let's get it right back. Yeah, got plenty to play with. And then go there and there. I want this to twirl around a fair few times. So that was the positive. I don't normally do joins like this, but you know, it depends what you're doing. I want it to be strong mechanically, and then the solder just to make it so it doesn't slip. Let's solder that first before we shake it off. That's plenty. And then we'll give it another shot now that I've played with it. We'll connect some power to it. Okay. And then pull it through. So we'll leave that open. So we've got, where's that? Yeah. So negative is for everything, which is going to go in there. Indicator, we didn't play with that, but just make sure. Yep. Number plate lights. Yep. And then half brake light. Oop, and full brake light. Yep, all good. Okay, so now probably need the next size up, heat shrink this one. And then goes like that. That's too much. That probably needs a little one, of course. Like that. Heat gun. Ooh, that's hot. Burn the paint. Wow, that's hot. Okay. And then you should be able to, because that's, like I said, this heat shrink's got glue in it. Very, very good heat shrink. So I'll just leave them like that. They're not gonna, they can't slip off, because once that glue goes hard, she's good. So now we just got to tuck all this white wire in. It's probably a bit excessive amount here. That's for that one, but that's okay. And then these lights can get mounted. Probably that one's the easiest. Yep, so that'll go in, and then we'll just put a bit of this wire, tuck it in here. I'm trying to go that way with it, but that'll go in there. No, that's going to go that way. So the lights are next to each other, and indicators on the outside. I think that makes sense to me. Putting them there, and we'll tuck all this in. Like I said, I'm probably not going to ride at night time very often, and I'm definitely not riding when it's raining, so I'm not going to worry about grommets to block all this off. I think I'll be fine. And if a bit of water gets in here, it really doesn't matter, and it won't be a lot, because if it is forecast rain, I'm not going riding, so it'll be fine. There we go. So we'll just squash all that in like that, and then I'll conduit that up later. I'll have a bit of a clean up here, and we'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, back at it. Just had to have a bit of a break. The camera was flat, so I dumped all the data. Hopefully don't delete anything this time, and just charged it up. I just went to the bike shop, so I already had this Tannis here. I had it for ages, haven't put it in. It's meant to be for the back tyre. After now getting a flat in the front, I thought, bugger it, I'm just going to go and get one for the, make sure he gave me the right size. Yep, beauty. And then I also got, just to cover all bases, that's going to go in the tube, and I'm going to use the Thornproof tube. So I've got Thornproof tube with sealant and Tannis, so I should be indestructible. I've got them all on, all the lights on. I haven't peeled that off yet. This video is getting really long. I think I'm still gonna just put it all in one video. We'll see. I don't know. It's definitely going to be over an hour. Might get a bit long, so I might split it up. But either way, it's going to be over an hour of footage. Let's give this a shot. So what I've done. So red is for the left side. All the wires that have come from the left side. Green is for the right side. But I've only really labelled, the only one that really matters is the indicator, because they're separate. Everything else, so if you go, so you've got this common ground for all the lights, plugs in to there, and then you've got blue for your number plate lights, so they're on, and then we've got I think it was brown you can share. Hang on, I've put them in the wrong way. It's really really annoying. So there's your they're on, yep. And then so there, if you've got your headlights on, and then when you put your brakes on, if I can fit this in here, hang on. there, so brakes. So they can share a thing because they're doing the same thing. The only ones that can't share are the indicators. So we'll put the earth in there, and then this should be the left indicator. There you go. If I can flick it by myself, there we go. Yep. And this should be the right indicator just here. Yep, perfect. So now what we're going to do is connect all this. I think this is the one. So that's a 7-core cable. Yep. And that's plenty. So I might actually do the plug end first. Yeah. I suppose it doesn't matter. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. So let's do that. It's really heating up outside. I should have had a look, seen how hot it was, but it's be getting close to 30, and I'm actually quite cold in here. That's at 20. I might even just crank it up a bit because it's a little bit too cold. Oh no, 22. Yeah, we'll leave it at 23. That'll be nice. So I don't know if there's a secret. It looks like you just poke your wires in and you're good to go. Might have to just I keep forgetting which one's which for the brake lights. Which one's like your park lights and which one's your actual brake light. That might be enough. Yep, should be. Then I think you put, I think that fits in some kind of way. That goes definitely on last. I don't know what this does. Must fit in that way. Ugh. Why are you dropping everything? The wire's got some kind of like talcum powder or something on it. Oh yeah, yep. So then that goes in. There's like 0 instructions, but I suppose you shouldn't need it. Place end cap over cable prior securing wire terminals. That's all it says. That's if it's going to go on. I don't think it's going to go on. This wire might be a bit too. I don't know. I think it's meant to be tight. There we go. Yep, that'll go on. Nice. I suppose that's what stops it from pulling out. Oh yeah, that we don't have to worry about that because it's still open at the other side. And then I suppose, yeah, cool. Alright. So we'll just strip these. I'm not going to solder these. So we've got, move that out of the way. So left hand turn is yellow. And that goes, so we'll put them in this order. So this is where it's going to get a bit tricky. Maybe not actually. I might just strip them and connect them in as we go. Okay, so we'll get a little tiny screwdriver, probably one of them. Okay, so left hand turn. Well, we'll just put them all in order. I think that's the easiest way to do it. So put that in. I can't imagine this being easy. And the red. Yeah, it's going to be difficult. difficult. Let's get some pliers. This can be really annoying. Alright, for the sake of saving battery and footage and people's sanity, I'll turn this off and I'll get back to you when it's all done. Okay, I think that's correct. Yep. This must just all... Oh yeah, it's just clips on. Okay. Hopefully you can get back in... Oh yeah, you can. Yep. Just not too confident, that's all. Should be right. So you just if you need to get back into it, you're just undoing this big plastic nut here. Nice. Okay, cool. So now we want to run. So we're not using that hole. That hole is for the bolt to lock into the hitch. So this is the no, this one. Oh. I thought it was that one. That's all cool. So now this feeds, hopefully without breaking anything in there. Should be fine. And we've hit something already. Almost needs a, how far is it getting? Okay, yeah, it's hitting the indicator, I think. Almost needs, cut it like that. It's a bit of a point, and we'll see if that works. Oh yeah, it's definitely hitting some. There we go. That should be popping through. There we go. And now that's plenty. So what I'm going to do is just coil it or leave it. Or I was going to use that, but I don't think we'll even need that. That should be fine. There will be more slack going back in though, because once I solder all this up, so that'll give me a bit of play, and then everything's going to get tucked back in. So we'll cut them flush, strip it back, that's probably enough, but I might go a bit more actually. That's going to get really annoying. Like that. There we go. So now, so these wires aren't going to match those colours because they're all a little bit different. And if I get it the first shot, I'm going to be pretty impressed because I've never done any trailer wiring before. But it's amazing what can happen if you follow instructions. Turn this back on too while I remember. Oh, it's getting hot now, so yeah, okay, 20 is the magic number, I think. Yeah, do that. Okay. Try and get a little clamp if I can. I've got my back towards the aircon, just so it doesn't cool down the solder as I'm soldering, because that's another thing that makes soldering difficult, is if you got a breeze, any wind or anything going over, cooling your iron off. If you got a really good soldering iron, it's not a big issue. It will be an issue, but not a big one. But if you got like a budget one that can't really keep the heat nice, it will be an issue. Right, so let's do the brakes first, because that's the one I'm most worried about, is these brown and red ones, because one's half strength, one's full strength. So let's figure out what's what. Oh, and heat shrink we're going to need. I don't know if the little one's going to cut it. Yep, it will. So we'll just cut. Now I've already got one there. One there. I think we need like 7 or 6. Try that. So red, we're going to be working red and brown right now. That's your 2 wires for your brakes, and we won't solder white to white is right, because that's earth, but I need that for this right now. So I'm pretty sure brown was your parking lights, and then red was full brake. Yep. So brown's parking, red is brake. That makes sense. Red's a brake light. So we want to go stop lamps is red. So it is red to red. Just grab a bit more solder. So yeah, red to red. Rear lamps, clearance and side marker lamps. So I don't know what service brakes is. Stop lamps and then service brakes. Reversing, I don't have a reverse. Rear lamps, clearance and side marker lamps. I'd say that's going to be your the brown will be your okay, so I think brown and number plate light are going to the same. So that could have been combined in one, really, is what they're saying. Oh, what I'm saying, really. Yeah. So brown is brown, and it is also these number plate and that one could have been combined. I didn't think about that. I don't know how I'm going to do this now. That's not the best join. Yeah, we've got heat shrink. Okay, so what I will do is I'm going to leave all this open until I go and test it. I'm not even going to put the heat shrink on. I'll put it on, but just loose, because they call things funny here. So left hand turn signal, which is the yellow wire with the red mark, is yellow. So we'll connect that to that. Let's put some more heat shrink on. We'll do the 2 indicators, get them out of the way. That. A little bit more solder, just something to grip to. And what's the other one? Right hand turn is green. Oh yeah, that's good, because I've got green tape. Green tape on the right one. Oh, what an idiot. So that's what I mean. If you use those heat gun bloody stupid things, that'd take you a few minutes to fix that, because you'd have to rip that off, and whereas with this you just touch it. So yellow should be left. Yep. And then I'm left with the white is the earth, and that's it. And I'm not using black is reverse signal, which I don't have a reverse light on this. And what's blue? Service brakes. I don't know what blue service brakes means. I'm not sure. So now it's just the earth. Almost. That's the dogs want to get in. I'll have to wait. I've got the aircon. There it goes. Aircon was blowing. That's why it took a little bit longer. Okay. Let's see if they want to come in. Hey, come on, mate. They'll be in for about 2 seconds, have a look, see what's going on, and then they'll want to go out again. Okay, so we got heat shrink. Oh no, I've forgotten a heat shrink. Okay, that's okay. So heat shrink on. Ugh. Oh my god, what have I done? So this blue one's got to go. And we're going to have to redo this. The brown and the blue. And I'm going to have to use a bigger heat shrink, because that's not big enough. But I did forget a heat shrink on this yellow one. Okay. Now we'll get a big. Okay, you want to go out? That didn't last long, did it? Come on. Out you go. Go on, outside. I'll get this big one. Because it's actually 3 wires that this has to go over. Yeah, if I thought about that, I could have made that a bit smaller and only had the 1 wire. I could have made them share a wire a bit further down, and then not have 3 wires here to join. But that's okay. It's not too long. Okay, let's try that. It's very tricky. It's just not a lot of. Push that in. Yeah, I want this brown one. And I'm working all crossed up. So I'll get a bit of extra solder. And you can stay outside now, boys. I'm almost done. Okay. Now that blue one, we'll put it on the other side, and hopefully the heat doesn't transfer over too much, and disconnect the other one that we just done. That should be fine. That's a nice join. Yep, happy with that. So I won't put the heat shrink over that because that's still hot, but everything else is good. And I'm definitely not using a reverse signal, so I will trim that off, just so it doesn't spark or anything on anything. And I don't know what this blue one is, so I'm going to leave that for now. So let's leave that as is. I don't want to go I can put this on though. That's a bit of a milestone on this side, because this side's definitely done. There we go. That makes it look pretty pro. That looks nice. I can't put that one on just yet. This I won't know until I actually get the bike on the bike rack on the car. And this is what's gonna, so one of these I've got to drill a hole through here, put the inner tube in, and that's gonna hold that. And then the same deal for the gooseneck, boom. And the top one will have 2 positions, because one's for one bike, one's for the other bike. So, and same with the strap. I'll have to do that on the car. So I'll do that this arvo when my missus comes, at least she can hold it. I got some red reflectors, probably don't need them. Might leave them off for now, see how we go. That's done with. I put some grip tape on that, so stop the bike from scratching. When I figure out the positions, I'll drill, and then I've got another roll of grip tape, and I'll go and then leave a gap where the hole is, keep going, and then leave it, you know, wherever the holes are. So that's all to do on the car. Same with that, that's all to do on the car now. So we'll clean that, nice and clean, turn it off, pack this mess up, and I'm going to get onto them because I really want to go for a ride tomorrow. So we'll see how we go. But yeah, the guy said, come on then. The guy said, I might actually go and dump all this footage, charge this up again because it's not fully charged. He said your forearms get a bit of a workout, and I think I'll have to cut it. You can actually see, if you put this in here, I don't know why I'm showing it on this video, but anyway, it's to do with the bike. But you can see that it needs to be cut on that line. There's a line just there, and that's kind of just as it's popping out of the. Did you let yourself in? Did you, mate? Good on you. That's this line here is just level with the tyre bead, so that's where I have to cut it. Both tyres are the same, so I'll cut them both. And then we got an extra 15mm apparently of protection, so the tyres here, the bottom of the tyres there, so if a thorn goes through the tyre, it's then got to go through another 15mm. It gets a bit smaller around the edges here, but in the guts there, it's got to go through another 15mm of this before it even hits the tube. There's a picture of it there. That's it there. So that's your tube, and that's this stuff, and that's your tyre. So it's a lot of protection. And then just in case I run over something ridiculous, I'm going to put half, do they say? Golf buggies, bicycles, 125mm, and there's 250mm in there. So I'll go half. Oh yeah, it even comes with a halfway mark, and half in each tube, and we're sweet. So all good. But that's not this video. This video is about the bike rack. I'm going to end it there pretty much. There's no need to see me make mistakes here and have to resolder things, but that's it. It's all done. So that's good to knock that on the head, because I waited a month to make it because I didn't have the bike here and I wanted to measure it properly and everything. So that's really good to finish that off. I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, but yeah, tonight I can't do it now because my missus not home, and I want her to press the buttons and make sure. I want to be looking at this and make sure everything, tell her what to press and make sure that the corresponding thing is working here. I could film it, but I can't be bothered. It should be home soon anyway. So all good. Thanks for watching. That was a good project. I don't weld a lot, as you can tell, and I don't wire a trailer. I've never wired a trailer, so that was a good one just to try out a few different things. I can solder, but it's different what you're soldering. So yeah, so no, she's come out really good. I'll do an update. I'll do a quick video when I've got the bike on it. Like I said, I'm going to give it a few good days to really cure the paint. I might even go and leave it out in the sun for a bit, and on both sides, just an hour on each side just to cook the paint up. It might speed up the process a bit, but I'm not using it this weekend. It won't be till next weekend that I use it, so I've got a good week and a half for it to cure properly. But yeah, cheers for watching, and we'll catch you next time.